Now, welcome to yet another episode of The Frontiers. Now, education is very vital in everybody's life. Right now, I'm actually at Eldoret Educational Resource Center. I'm joined by one of the founders of this institution. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, tell us a brief history about this institution.
Now, Eldoret Educational Resource Center was started in 2010. We started it in 2010, but before we started Eldoret Educational Resource Center, we are faith-based organization, and me together with my brothers who are not with us today, Patrick Kibet, Abraham Tarus, we have been going all over this country preaching the word of God. And as we've been preaching, we saw the need. We saw that we need community transformation. And so we thought and we trusted and believed in God. What can we do to bring about the changes that we were seeing in God? And so God led us to start Eldoret Educational Resource Center. In Eldoret Educational Resource Center, as founders and as directors, we see community transformation. But we are beginning from these little ones, bringing them to school, getting formal education. But it's not just education, but we want to see all-rounded child, an holistic transformation of the child. So that's how we started Eldoret Educational Resource Center, among many other things that we do.
But before it was called the Eldoret Educational Center. Did you start it as a resource or you just added the resource afterwards?
No. Well, initially when we started, even before we registered with the Ministry of Education, well, it was Eldoret Educational Center. But later on, we were seeing that there is a lot of other things that we will want to do. So we added resource as a resource center.
And as brothers, how did you come up about together? Because sometimes family, when you mix family and business, it doesn't work out quite well. So how comes you and your brothers decided to come together and found this educational center?
When I say brothers, it's not as brothers as in blood, born of father and mother, but brothers in Christ. Brothers who are born again. So before that, we've been preaching together for over 15 years. Before 2009, we've been preaching together for over 15 years. And so before we started Eldoret Educational Resource Center, we have an organization that we call Serve in Love Africa, Sila Trust. Sila Trust is the sponsor of Eldoret Educational Resource Center. Now, Eldoret Educational Resource Center is a private school. It's a private school which is owned by these three brothers, David, Patrick, and Abraham. So we use it as a tool to reach out to the community. We are offering formal education, but it is more to that because it's not just education, but we see the life of the child. We want to touch their social life, their spiritual life, their economical life, all round. So as they receive their formal education, then there is all these other things that go on at Eldoret Educational Resource Center.
Now tell us a little bit about the resources that you have here, what it is that you do apart from the regular school curriculum.
At Eldoret Educational Resource Center, it's a place we say that it's not a learning institution for only our children, but it is a learning institution for all, for our children and for their parents, our neighbors, and the community at large. Now, at Eldoret Educational Resource Center, we do practice some other activities like dairy farming. We are introducing to the community here that because we know land is shrinking every day, so what do we do? So we are introducing zero grazing. So we are practicing some semi-zero grazing as an income generating project, and also for learning for the people around. We've been having greenhouses. We do farming vegetables. We grow vegetables, maize. We also grow coffee. Coffee is in this region, North Rift. Coffee farming is fairly still a new practice. In this region, it's been known in Kenya as the bread basket of Kenya. But now we are introducing coffee farming as an alternative, as cash crop. Because the people who have been growing maize and wheat, still economically, they are still challenged. They have not come to a certain level. And so we are introducing coffee which, well, we know so much is grown in central Kenya and some parts of this nation. But if you go to central Kenya, you realize that economically, the people living there have really advanced. They have sent their children to good schools. They have sent their children to good colleges and good universities. Some have gone abroad. And those who have gone abroad, they have, they have finished school, they are working, and they are sending back their money and developing their motherland. So we realize that in this region, we want to challenge our farmers to do something different.
And when you talk about the learners going out there and learning about what you're doing about agriculture, about dairy farming, do you actually follow the same school curricula like other students do in other schools?
Yes, as a school, Eldoret Educational Resource Center, we do the curriculum that is offered by the Ministry of Education, 844 system. We stick to that, and we follow the guidelines of the Ministry of Education through the office of the District Education Office, the Area Education Officer. We work together with them. They come and check what we are doing, check our teachers and all that. So we do that. But we also have something that we call outside learning, outside class. We have some sessions where our children can go out, can go to the dairy farming. They can see how a cow is milked, how the cows are fed. They can go to piggery unit. They can go to the farm and, practically see what is done in the farm. Because sometimes our children learn what is in books, but they practically know nothing completely. So that even during holiday, if they visit their villages, they cannot do anything. They get bored. They would rather go back to town, watch TV, that's what they know. They can fix DVD, they can turn on to any channel, but they don't know what to do when they're in the village. So we introduce them to these practices so that they love and they are part of them and they would want to do them.
In your own words, how would you describe education?
Education. Our education system is somewhat lacking in so many ways, and we are hoping that the change of the system will solve this problem, because what our children are learning and what is going on out there is totally different. It's like what they learn is not practical out there. It's not helping us to solve the challenges that we have out there. So we want a kind of a system that will relate or will help us tackle with the challenges that we go through every day.
What would you say are some of the benefits that you get from all this? From all the resources that you've put in place in this place?
Well, the benefit, we want to see community transformation. We want to see, like our children, when they graduate from our school and they go to other schools, that they be the best. And sometimes other schools and other teachers would ask, why? They will realize that there was more than just their classwork, what they were learning in class. Now the community around here can see some things that we are doing, especially people who have small piece of land and sometimes feel helpless that they cannot do anything. But when they will see what we are doing with the little piece of land that we have, that challenges someone. Sometimes learning, you can tell people theoretically or people to do some things, but it's until they want to see. Some people don't believe some things until they practically see. So we are practicing it, and so that as we speak it, they see, then you can influence the mindset that is there in the lives of our people.
Now let's talk about teaching the community about all this. How do you do that?
Like for example, coffee farming. We make arrangements and conduct seminars, workshops, where we call farmers from around and from far and wide. We bring them here. We bring some coffee experts to speak to them and share with them the importance of coffee farming. And of course, that's not enough. Before we grew coffee ourselves, we could go to some other farm. Like for example, there's a farm in Sugoi, a farm belonging to a farmer called Mushemi. So we take these farmers with our pass and go and show them practically, because many farmers could not believe that coffee can grow in Uasin-Gishu and even in Elgeyo Marakwet County.
They say seeing is believing.
Yeah, so we take them there, they see practically. But that was not enough for us. We've started ourselves to grow coffee. Out there you saw some coffee trees. We have 100 trees, coffees of trees, which actually covers a point of an acre. A point of an acre. 1 acre has 10 points. So a point grows 100 trees. And like for example, if you just work the simplest mathematics, 1 coffee, okay, our farmers will get 2 to 3 kilos per tree. But if it is done in the right way, professionally in the right way, you can get up to 20 kilos per tree. But let's say this farmer will have done the best, maybe to 50%, and gets 10 kilos per tree times 100. That is 1,000 kilograms. And sell it at like maybe 50 shillings per kilo. 50 shillings per kilo times 1,000, that is 50,000. Tell me which maize farmer or wheat farmer in a point of an acre will get 50,000 shillings. No way, no way. So we bring them and share these things to them. And actually we've been successful. We have quite a number of farmers now who are growing coffee. And recently we've had the county government, they are promoting coffee farming now. And I mean, everybody now is awakened and enlightened about coffee farming. So, and other people who visit here, we take them to dairy, they see our cows. We take them to our piggery unit, they see what we do. When we have greenhouse, we take them, they see the production in a greenhouse as opposed to outside. And they see the results, and that changes the mindset, because the biggest thing is to change the mindset. That's the beginning of transformation.
Now, Eldoret Educational Center, it was started in 2010. In 2013, you were ranked as the best school in Uasin Gishu County.
Yes.
How come? What contributed to that?
In 2010, when we started with very low enrollment. We started with 40 pupils. And we started like it was not the best time of the year. We started second term. So we had 40 pupils. Like a class had only 2, like class 4 had only 2. So, but we've grown. Now, the board of management, the trustees, as we bring in teachers, we don't just bring in teachers who have been trained, who are qualified, but we go beyond that. We seek to know, because we say that it is not just enough to be a teacher and be a trained teacher. It's not just enough. But to be a trained teacher and a gifted teacher will make a difference. So we seek to know, when we are interviewing our teachers, we seek to know, does this person have the gifting, have the calling that was there even before they went to school? So we seek to know that, because if they have the gifting plus the training, they will do an excellent and marvelous work. So the first thing is the staff that you have. Not only the teaching staff, but also the support staff. Everyone who is here, we all understand, and we help everyone to understand that all that we do, we are doing it for this child. Even the gatekeeper, even the person working at the farm, the person working at the dairy, we are doing all this having in mind this child.
But what about the continuous, from 2013, yes, you are the best, but 2014 you went down, 2015 you're also going down. What is going on?
Well, right, that is true. We registered great success in 2013. And 2014, 2015, we've been going down. As a school, some few years ago, we got some challenges. We realized that this school, is a very good school. Some people tell us that this is the best, you have the best facilities. Like you talk of primary school, it's almost the best facility. We don't know that, because it's been us who've been doing this. Other people see. But we realized that there were some people who have been really eyeing this place and wondering, and they didn't know who are the owners of this place. And sometime later on, we got some challenges, the 3 of us. We got into some challenges, and through those challenges, some people out there who had not gotten a way of coming into this institution and what we are doing here, got to use that and used our differences and came in, and we really got into big problems and challenges. But God has been gracious. We recently resolved our issues, the 3 of us, and we are back together. And we are now on a mission of bringing back the glory that was lost at Eldoret Educational Resource Center. And we are hoping and trusting that 2016 results will register an upward trend.
Now let's take a short break as Mr. Wesley takes us around some of the resources here at Eldoret Educational Center.